All right, so we're coming to the end of this little Thought of the Day series, what turned out to be a series here. I got 3 more shelves in my home, and yeah, 1 more library. So I kind of have 3 different libraries in my house. I have 1 more to go over, and I'll show you kind of where it's at in the house, and we'll go from there. Sound good? I'm going to turn my camera around. So this last library sits right in my podcasting room. So if you're familiar with our podcast, this is where all the magic happens here. We got our little studio in here. That's where we record. You can see the podcast mic there. A little bit of lighting when we do some videos. If you ever need or ever watch our live stream, I'm often sitting kind of right there. And we got all kinds of fun goodies, maps, timelines, all kinds of stuff, bulletin boards, more maps of Jerusalem. All right, and let's see here. So here's my library. Let's go leftmost shelf over here. We'll do this one today, right there. Shelf number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shelf number 7. All right. So let's see here. What do we got here? We got all kinds of good things. We use this for our Passover seders when we go do Bedikat Chametz, the removal of leaven. We use the feathers there. Sometimes I'll use this as kind of a teaching prop for Elijah's cup and the 5th cup. Somebody gave me that gift from Sinai when they went to Israel. They got to go to Sinai. It's upside down. Who turned my picture upside down? Sheesh, somebody probably did that to play a prank on me, knowing, I hope whoever it was gets to watch this video and appreciate the fact that I never noticed. Somebody gave me this as a gift for back in the days when I pastored a church. They gave me that as a gift. What's here? These are our cats when we very first got married. In fact, this photo right here, my wife and I lived in a 39-foot camper 5th wheel for the first year of our marriage. And that's when we got our very first little kitten together in an old 5th wheel. And then we got another one a few years later, and they became our cats. That was all before we had kids. And then when we got the children, I think we were worried about cleanliness, and we were worried about cats jumping in cribs, and we gave our cats to another family, and they lasted for a while before they were no more. So anyway, what's on my shelf here? All of Rob, I got a couple things over here. Got Louis Giglio, How Great Is Our God. We got a couple things. Prodigal God by Tim Keller. Excellent. Man, Tim Keller can do some good things. You won't hear me quote Tim Keller very often, but he does some great things. That was the first Everything is Spiritual with Rob Bell. All of his pneumas. I don't want to, I always remind people I don't want to talk about Rob Bell in my comment threads, so there you go. That was my disclaimer. So here's all of Ray's videos that we have. I feel like I have this vague memory. I was supposed to send that picture to somebody. Anyway, nevertheless, just remembering things I got to do. Got me a subscription to Christianity Today, a bunch of leftover CD cases. These are obviously the videos. I mean, Ray Vanderlaan, he's the one that just impacted me maybe more than anybody. So his DVD teaching lessons, I've rearranged these in historical order. So I've rearranged these in ways that you can kind of see, like the desert, start with the desert in the Exodus, get into the promised land, life of Jesus, early church. So I kind of rearranged them, not in order of how they were released, but in order of historical narrative. Oh, I inherited this whole library. This is awesome. I mean, that's the library of early Christian fathers, early Christian thought. What's the actual name of it? Yeah, the Nicene Fathers, the post-Nicene Fathers, the ante-Nicene Fathers. Everything from, Cyprian and Tertullian, Ignatius, Origen, a whole bunch of Augustine, obviously. We're just so enamored with Augustine. And then later fathers. But yeah, I haven't been able to dig into a ton of these, but I love having this in my library. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you to you who know, to you who donated that, you know who you are. Let's see here. What's down here? Oh, a bunch of Old Testament. This is part of my Old Testament library. So Old Testament theology. Haven't read most of these. Most of this library was inherited. This is a great book. Man, Epic of Eden by Sandra Richter. Make Your Mark Excellent by Brad Gray. This was a pretty good resource. Somebody sent me this as a gift. That was actually a pretty amazing resource there. And then we get into New Testament theology. This is a text in Bible college. It was okay. What else do we got? Have I read anything else in here? I'm really looking forward to this. I'm really looking forward to this part of my library. But I have not read most of these, to be honest. But I'm looking forward to it. There's some good things in there. Witherington. Anytime I can read Witherington, it's going to be a good read. Dunn. James Dunn, The Theology of Paul. Stop it. I'm so excited about that. Look at that thing. That is a tome. But that should be, I think that's James Dunn. Should we find out? If it's not James Dunn, I want to know because I won't be as excited. But it should be James Dunn. Look at that. Yes. Guys, I'm pretty excited about that book. James Dunn is one of my more influential scholars. All right, sorry about that. Let's see here. What do we got? Moving on down. What do we got down here? Maybe more New Testament theology. Yep, looks like it. Just general. Looks like most of that is New Testament. Oh man, these two books were so, man. Roland Worth. 7 Cities of the Apocalypse in Roman Culture, Greco-Roman Culture. 7 Cities of the Apocalypse and Greco-Asian Culture. Those books were chock full. He has over 700 resources that he used to put these. The research he did, the bibliography is, a third of this book is bibliography, these 2 books. It's phenomenal. And this has a huge impact on Revelation, the culture of the New Testament, just excellent, excellent, excellent resources. Huge. So, Roland Worth. I won a fantasy football 2012. Check that out. We were called the Moscow Macho Men. Yep. 2012 fantasy champions. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Fantasy football for the win. We do have a section here that's on just biblical literature, the canon of Scripture. This was an okay book, The Drama of Scripture by Bartholomew. It was okay. I have read some of these, and some of them are better than others. This is one of my favorite books. Pete Enns is always going to be somebody that I love to read. So The Sin of Certainty. Excellent little book. What's down here? Ooh, is this my preaching? Looks like my preaching section. Yep. This is my preaching. I've read probably 2/3 of these. About half of them are good. Half of them are, whatever. And then there's a whole bunch of apologetics. This is my apologetics and philosophy section. I've read one of these philosophy texts. This one was a text in Bible college. It was okay. It was by Nash. It was okay. Apologetics serves there's some good to it. It serves a role. I think we make too much out of that role, and I usually find, at least the way that we use much of this part of Christian thought, I usually find it highly irritating, because I think we weaponize apologetics, and it has its place. It does. It has its place. Some of these resources are just, I wouldn't recommend them necessarily. And then half of them I would, but I'm also not cranked up about it. So there you go. There's shelf. Oh, now I'm gonna have to get up again. Maybe I should just turn my camera around and end the video here. Hold on. Yeah, it'll be good. Nobody wants to see me have to get up off the floor. That's shelf number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shelf number 7. We got 2 more. Shelf number 8 and 9. But okay, we'll see you. 2 more videos, and we've wrapped up Marty Solomon's library and what's in it. So we got some good stuff in these next 2 shelves. So Probably going to take a break, like I said in the last video. Probably going to take a couple weeks. Enjoy Christmas. Enjoy New Year's. We'll see you in January. And, yeah, we'll wrap this thing up and go from there. Okay, guys? All right. Have a good holiday. Talk to you then.